Hey y'all, it's Chris here from Frontsite. Today I'm going to talk about tools of the trade that you need if you're going to work on any of your firearms. I've got a couple of tools here with me in my shed, or my filming studio if you will, that I typically use when I'm working on either an AR-15 or a pistol. Now, fair warning, if you are not an armorer or a gunsmith, I do not suggest doing any work on your firearms by yourself without training. You can't just go to a store, buy some tools, and start working on it. Yes, there are videos out there that can teach you how to work on certain firearms, whether it be a 1911, Glock, or a rifle, but I seriously suggest that you go find some actual training in-house, because a lot of times it's easier to learn when you're actually doing it yourself. I've watched a lot of videos myself on how to do things on my vehicle, and yes, it's mostly worked out fine, knock on wood, but when it comes to firearms, you want to be 100% sure. So I suggest going out there, finding some training, take that training so you can become proficient in working on your firearm. Hey y'all, I am Tim the Tool Man. Oh wait, sorry, wrong video. This is Chris here from Frontsite. So I'm here today with my lovely assistant Hadley. Say hi, Hadley.
Hi.
And she is holding our Wheeler Delta Series AR-15 combo tool. So this Wheeler combo tool is specifically used for AR-15s when you want to work on taking the barrel nut off, or if you want to take the castle nut that's on the back where the buffer tube goes into the lower receiver. That's what you use this piece here for. That's what this is typically used for. And it's got a couple other screws screwdrivers here that you can put into the Wheeler wrench itself and use that as a wrench as well. So if you're going to work on ARs, this is a must-have, especially if you're going to swap out buffer tubes or if you're going to swap out barrels and things like that. All right, so my next fancy toolkit that I have here is just a punch kit. Right, it's got a little hammer, some punch tools, and a sight adjustment tool. And I use this specifically, again, with AR-15s. You can use some of these punches for other weapons as well that require a punch. Typically, if you're going to work on a gun, so like a pistol like Glock, you can get a Glock tool. That one tool handles everything for that firearm. But when it comes to AR-15, nothing is better than having a nice set of punches that you can use. They're good for just pins. They've got some punches here for roll pins specifically, because you don't want to just punch those out or punch those in because you're going to ruin them. So they got some really good tools in here, and it's not a very expensive toolkit. This is also a Wheeler toolkit. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at any gun store. All right, on my third and final toolbox for today, we're going to talk about is just a torque wrench kit. Obviously, you have your torque wrench. You have a couple of different accessory tools that go along with said torque wrench, and all of the different types of screwdriver heads you can use. And this is really for when you're tightening down those parts that you don't want flying off your firearm when you're shooting, especially talking about red dot sights. You want to torque them down. Everything that you torque down, though, has a spec that you want to torque it to. Please don't go over that, because you could strip the screws. Anytime also that you're using a torque wrench, you want to make sure that you use it just to tighten. Don't use a torque wrench to loosen anything. I don't suggest that. You might ruin your wrench. In fact, most likely you'll need to buy a new one. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a torque wrench and use it the proper way. If you need to unscrew or loosen something, get a different kind of wrench. So my lovely assistant Hadley has something she wants to tell the group. Go ahead, Hadley.
Hello, everybody. My name's Hadley. I'm 6 years old, and my dad has been teaching me about gun safety for a long time.
Not bad. I didn't even tell her to say that. That's kind of scary when you just hit record and let your 6-year-old say whatever she wants to. But awesome. Thanks, Hadley. High five. Good job.
Bye-bye.
So like she said, I have been teaching her a little bit about gun safety since she was a little girl. Not that she's getting any bigger. She better not. She better stay this way forever.
No.
Okay. But it's very important, if you own firearms, to teach your kids about gun safety. If you want to learn more about how to talk to your kids about gun safety, Eddie Eagle from the NRA is online. You can get that information. Or you can also watch a video I did a couple of weeks ago about talking about gun safety with your kids. I'll put that link down in the description below. All right, y'all, that about does it for me today. I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this video, click like. If you have any questions about what other types of tools or maybe anything else you might want to talk about, you can add a comment down below. I'm happy to respond to that. But we're looking forward to doing more content here in the future, and I appreciate you all watching and subscribing. Welcome to the revolution.
Welcome to Frontsite.
Right. That's a high five.
Backwards.
Good job. All right.